y'all. Welcome to another fabulous episode of How Many Tabs Are Open on Mr. Johnson's Computer. Looks like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12. We got 12 tabs. Today's a review day. We are going to be looking at some of our addition and subtraction of decimals. I think I lost my pen. I did lose my pen. I don't know where I put it. Okay, well, I guess we're not going to have that today. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use the base 10 blocks to add and subtract. And then today you're going to have a quiz, and on the quiz it's adding and subtracting decimals as well. It's a practice quiz, not for a grade. It's got a brain, not a light bulb. So practice quiz today. Tomorrow you'll have a quiz on fractions, addition and subtraction of fractions, and that one will be for a grade. All right, so let's take a look at this. 2 and 1400ths plus 1 and 7/10ths. So we are going to go ahead and make this 2 and 1400ths. Well, how can I make this so I'm not covering stuff up here? I'll just move this over here. All right, there we go. Oops. Okay, so 2 and 1400ths. Let's go ahead and move the... There's 2 holes. All right, 1/10 400ths. So there's 1/10, and then let's move 400ths over here. So we are making 2 and 1400ths, 2 holes, 1/10 400ths on this side. All right, and then for our second number, 1 and 7/10ths, let's go ahead and do 1 hole, and then it's going to be 7/10ths. I'm moving all this stuff out of the way because there's a lot of stuff. All right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so we are putting together 2 and 1400ths and 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7/10ths. So let's find out how much we have all together. I'm going to move these over here too. All right, so we can find out how much we have all together by squishing it all together. So there's 3 holes. All right, and then we had 8/10ths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8/10ths, and 4 hundredths. So our answer will include, answer will include 3 holes, 8/10ths, and 4 hundredths. All right, let me try something real quick and see if this works. I've never done this before. So if we're going to do the math, all right, so I'm using my mouse today to do the math, and it's going to be ugly, but it'll work. What we have to do is we line up our decimal points, line up our place values. Oh, this looks funny. Okay, so we put our numbers, we lined up our decimal points, we lined up our place values. We have a hundredths place right here with nothing in it, so we can put an emoji 0. Remember, the emoji 0 doesn't change the value of our number, but it allows us to see that we're adding 4 plus 0 instead of 4 plus nothing. So 4 plus 0 is 4. 1 plus 7 is 8. Ooh. 2 plus 1 is 3. And then we're going to drop that decimal point to the bottom. So 3 and 84 hundredths checks out. We are all good. Hooray. All right, the only thing that I don't know now is, clear screen. Haha, this might work today. I don't know where my pen went. I have no idea. Maybe I left it at school. Mr. Johnson being irresponsible. Okay, so I'm going to clear the screen. And then we'll go to the next one. All right. So we have 37 hundredths. So 3/10ths and 7 hundredths. There is 3/10ths. And then we're going to get 7 hundredths. So we need 7 of these. I'm taking shortcuts. I'm just going to copy and then paste and then paste. Okay, there's 2, 4, 6. Let me get one more. 7. Okay. There's 37 hundredths, 3/10, 3/10, 7 hundredths, 7 hundredths. And now over here, I need to make 1 and 8/10. So here's 1. Oops. Here's 1 and 2/10, 3/10. Move all these again. And then let me also, oops, copy and then paste another 3. So there's 6/10, and then 7/10, 8/10. All right. So over here we have 37 hundredths, 3/10, 7 hundredths. Over here we have 1 and 8/10. Here's 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8/10. Okay. So on this one, if we're squishing the pictures together, one thing that we're going to realize is that here's 8/10. If I put these, if I take 2 of these tenths over here and move them over here, basically now I have 10/10, right? And we know that 10/10 can be traded out for a whole because 10/10 is 1 whole. So I'm just going to remove those. Bye. Maybe not. They live forever, I guess. There we go. See you later. All right, so I have, there's 1 whole, 2 holes, and then I have 1/10 left over from my original 3/10, and then there's the 7 hundredths. So we are looking at 2 holes, 1/10, and 7 hundredths. 2 and 17 hundredths. Let's check our work. We have 0 and 37 hundredths, and we have 1 and 8/10. As you can see, once again, line up your decimal points, line up your place values, and then add an emoji 0, add faces to safe places. All right, 7 plus 0 is 7, 3 plus 8 is 11, carry my 1, 1 plus 0 plus 1 is 2, take my decimal point and drop it like it's hot. Boom. All right, 2 and 17 hundredths. Cool. I found my pen. I dropped it in my lap. That's where it was. Ugh. I wonder if I can write with this thing. I can. Okay, cool. It's going to be a little bit easier to see Mr. Johnson's writing now. A little bit. Okay, so there's 2 and 17 hundredths. Let's go ahead and clear the screen and move on to the next one. Here's the next one. 2 and 34 hundredths plus 1 and 9/10. So we're going to go ahead and start with 2. I don't like covering the numbers up. So I'm going to move these over here. There we go. So there's 2, and we need 3/10. 1, 2, 3/10. So far I have my 2 holes. 1, 2, 3/10. 1, 2, 3. Now I need my 4 hundredths. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And then over here I need to make 1 and 9/10. They would definitely do that to us. So we have to get 9/10. I'm going to move these over here. All right, let's see how many we have. In fact, I'm just going to make 3/10, and then I'm going to copy and paste because I don't want to move stuff. So copy, paste. There's 3 more. So we got 6 now, and then 3 more. I have 9. So here's 1 whole and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9/10. All right. So once again, if we squish it together, if I add 1 of the tenths from over here, that makes 10/10. 10/10 is the same thing as 1 whole. So I'm just going to replace the 1 whole with 10/10. All right. So now let's count what we have left over. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 holes. So our whole number is 4. We have 1 2/10, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 hundredths. Oops. So we should have 4 and 24 hundredths. So if we're going to do the math, let's check it out. We have 2 and 34 hundredths. And we want to add it to 1 and 9/10. Since there is no hundredths place on 9/10, we're going to add a face to save a place. 4 plus 0 is 4. 9 plus 3 is 12. I don't know why that was hard for me. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 2 is 4. And then drop that decimal point like it's hot. We get 4 and 24 hundredths, just like that. And you're gonna use a lot of this the algorithm whenever you're doing your quiz today. So make sure that whenever you do your quiz today, you have paper out, because it's things like 103 and 4/10 miles last week brought the total miles to 245. How many miles did the car have before last week? So you're going to subtract 245 and I don't know why I'm doing it with my mouse again, and 103 and 4/10, right? And that'll tell you the difference. Add faces to save places. So there's a hint on your quiz. In fact, let's do a hint on everyone on your quiz, and we can be happy that you watched the video. Marilyn bought a birthday balloon for $3.98 and a candle for 79 cents. She paid with a $20 bill. How much did she receive? Well, or how much change did she receive? You're going to add $3.98. You're going to add 79 cents. You're going to take the total of that and subtract it from 20. So take your 20 and subtract whatever this number was. All right. So for question 2, you're going to, add those two things. Birthday balloon, add that to the candle. And then whatever the sum of those two things that she bought were, subtracted from how much money she gave the person. So 20 minus the sum of this part. All right. Question 3, the regular price of a calculator is $12.30. Warren paid 75 cents less than the regular price of the calculator. He also paid $1.48 for a pad of paper. One way that you could do this, take the original amount, subtract how much the calculator was, and then take that amount and add $1.48 to that. And that should tell us how much he spent on the two items. So once again, take the $12.30. You're going to subtract the sale, the 75 cents less than the regular price, and then you're going to add 148 to whatever your answer is, $1.48, and that will tell you how much he spent in all. Question 4, the table shows the heights and masses of a male gorilla and a female gorilla. Based on that, which statement is true? So you're either going to find out by adding the combined mass. Does the combined mass of these two things equal 253? Or they're saying the mass of the male gorilla is 63 and 507 thousandths greater. So if you subtract the male and female gorillas, if the difference is this, then that's the correct answer. The female gorilla is 1 and 28 hundredths meters shorter than the height of the male gorilla. So if we subtract those two things, then we can find out if that is the answer. And then finally, if we add these 2 meter heights and our answer is this, then that would be the right answer. So you might have to do up to 4 problems for this. The first one is adding the mass. The second one is subtracting the mass. The third one is subtracting the heights. The fourth one is adding the heights. So that was a quick break into your quiz. Now let's continue on our assignment for the day. All right, so these we're going to use the x's to take away. All right, so we're going to start off with 2. We have 0 tenths, right? Because it's 2 and 9 hundredths. So there's 2. And then 9 hundredths just means I need 9 of these. 3. I'm going to do the copy paste thing. I'm going to copy and then paste. Groups of 3 works when I'm making 9. Just need to make one more group of 3. 3 groups of 3 is 9. All right, so there is 2 and 9 hundredths. Now they want me to subtract 1 and 2 tenths. All right, so what I'm going to do is the x's mean subtract. So I'm going to take away this one whole thing. So we're going to pretend like that doesn't exist anymore. Now I'm also going to take away 2 tenths. All right, so to do that, I'm going to switch that out just so it's easier to see. I'm going to switch out my 1 whole for 10 tenths. Remember, 10 tenths equals 1 whole. Anytime we get to 10 tenths, that is a whole. But I want to visually show y'all that I'm taking away tenths. So instead of trying to take it away from the whole, I'm going to make 10 tenths to do that from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Need one more set of tenths. All right. So what I did right here is I just replaced the 1 whole. All right. Boom, it's gone. All right, I replaced it with 10 tenths. Remember, this 1 whole's worth 10 tenths too. We already took away 1 whole though, because we're taking away 1 whole and 2 tenths. So let's go ahead and move the x's to take away 2 tenths. Take away 1 tenth. Oops, that's not where that's supposed to go. All right, let's scoot that over a little bit. Take away 2 tenths. All right, so let's count what we have left over. This is gone. These two are gone. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tenths. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hundredths. So if we have 8 tenths and 9 hundredths, it should look like that. Let's practice. Let's make sure that that's what our answer is using the algorithm. 2 and 9 hundredths minus 1 and 2 tenths. Remember, line up those decimal points. It's the best way to remember if you're doing it correctly. Add faces to save places. 9 minus 0 is 9. 0 minus 2, I got to borrow. 10 minus 2 is 8. 1 minus 1 is 0. Drop that decimal point like it's hot. Our answers do in fact match. Hooray. All right. On to the next one. Let's see. I should clear this first. Okay. On to the next one. Got 2 more. All right. 9 tenths minus 38 hundredths. This is one where we're going to have to switch out tenths for hundredths. So let's go ahead and I'm going to make 9 tenths. I'm going to do the same thing where I make 3 tenths and then I just want to copy it to save some time. Because dragging all those might take a little longer. All right, so there's 9 tenths. Now I need to take 38 hundredths away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tenth out and I'm going to replace it with 10 of these hundredths units. Remember, 10 hundredths also equals 1 tenth. So it's me trying to save time again. All right, we're almost done. I need to, there's 2, 4, 6, 8. I need 2 more. There we go. All right. So I know it looks a little bit longer. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. But they are the same. I just replaced this with those 10 hundredths. So I'm going to delete it. Okay, so let's take away 3 tenths and 8 hundredths. All right. So I'm going to take away 1. Oops. Oh, my goodness. All right. I'm going to take away 1, 2, 3. There's 1, 2, 3. I don't know why this one doesn't want to hang out on top of it. There we go. Okay, so I took away 3 tenths, and now I need to take away 8 hundredths. I'm going to take away 1. I'm actually going to copy and paste. Oops. Oops, I copied the wrong thing. All right, so 1, and then, oops, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My X's are getting a little wonky, but you see where they're supposed to go. All right, so I took away 1, 2, 3 tenths, 3 tenths, and 8 hundredths. That left me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tenths, and 2 hundredths. So if I'm writing 5 tenths and 2 hundredths, both of those are on the right side of the decimal point. Let's go ahead and make sure that our math is correct. We have 9 tenths, and we want to subtract 38 hundredths. Let me put the 0 over there. All right, and then I'm going to add a face to save a place. I'm going to borrow. So 10 minus 8 is 2. 8 minus 3 is 5. We don't have anything over there. Drop our decimal point like it's hot. Do they match? Yes, they do. All right, we got one more. Okay, one more. And then you can go ahead and work on that quiz. And remember, there was hints in the video for your, it's a practice quiz. So just do your best. Practice these skills on your practice quiz. All right, one more. 3 and 6/10 minus 2 and 47 hundredths. Of course they would do 3. All right, so I'm going to move these over here. 1, 2, 3. All right, there's 3 holes, and then I need to take away 2 and 47 hundredths. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to take away 1, and we're going to take away 2. So that leaves us with this one right here, right? Now we need to take away 47 hundredths from this one. So I'm going to have to break this one up a lot, all right? So here's what's going to happen. You're going to take, and we're going to break this into 9/10 and 10 hundredths. All right, 9/10 and 10 hundredths all together would make one whole. But right now we can't draw the x's to take out 47 hundredths unless we have at least 4/10 and at least 7 hundredths. So what we're going to do is we're replacing the one whole with 9/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9/10, and then 10 hundredths. Because remember, 10 hundredths is another tenth, which would make 10/10, which would make one whole. All right, I'm going to try and do the copy paste thing again to save a little bit of time. Hopefully this saves you some time too. All right, so here's, oops, I keep doing that. All right, so there's 9, and I need to get one more. All right, so here is, we're replacing this hole. It's gone now. All right, so here was our original 3 and 6/10. Oh, did I miss the 6/10? I did miss the 6/10. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me make the 6/10 real quick. That would have been way easier. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, here's a thing that Mr. Johnson did. He didn't do the 6/10, which would have made it really easy to take away a tenth. So you wouldn't have even had to do this. You would have only had, well, actually you would have had to, because you still need to take away hundredths. What a bummer. All right, so here's 3 and 6/10 now. 1, 2, 3 and 6/10, right? And what we're gonna do is we can go ahead and we can take away 1. Oh no, it's not gonna be on top. Okay, so what we're gonna do, let me see if I can, I'm gonna take away 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so here's the problem. I'm gonna move all these X's to the top layer. This is not the funnest thing that we've had to do. Format. Let's see. Slide. Others. Align. Nope. Center. Nope. Distribute. No. Okay, I'm having trouble with this today. Where's the move to front thing? I forgot where it lives. If you remember, good. I don't even know where it went. There we go. Bring to front. Haha. Okay. So these X's should be on the top now. So, okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. If you're getting frustrated with this, I totally understand. You can do the algorithm by now. 3, okay, and then 4. Hopefully this one moves to the top. Nope, it didn't. I can still move it to the top. Order, bring to front. All right, we took out 4, I think. Let me make sure it looks like that. I'm sorry, y'all. This is not the most fun slide. So, remember, if you use the algorithm, I'm cool with it on this one. All right, we took out 4, and then we're supposed to take out 7 of the Let me make sure all these are on the front. Arrange, order, bring to front. All right. So we're going to take out 7 hundredths as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 4, 5, 6. I need one more. 7. All right. So I took away 7 of the hundredths. So let's count what we have left. I know it looks bad, but let's figure out how much we have left. We have 1 tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths, 9 tenths, 10 tenths. So we at least have one whole. 1 tenth left over. So we have, since we have 10 tenths, we have one whole. We have 1 tenth left over, so we have 1 tenth. And then we have 3 hundredths right here left over. 1, 2, 3. So in total, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tenths. That's why we have 1 whole and 1 tenth. And then we have 3 hundredths. Let's go ahead and just do this with the algorithm, because I promise you that if you're working with the algorithm regularly, these will get a lot easier than moving around pictures. All right, so we lined up our decimal points, lined up our place values. We're going to add a face to save a place. All right, I'm going to borrow from next door. So 10 minus 7 is 3, 5 minus 4 is 1, 3 minus 2 is 1. Drop that decimal point like it's hot, and our answers match. Thank you so much for hanging around for this whole video. I know that was a lot of moving stuff. Really, I wish you could just write on your papers like I can and show me the algorithm, because that's what's really, really helpful. So on your paper, please use the algorithm and just practice, because that's, once again, what's on the rest of the assignment for today as well. All right, so I hope you have a good day. Talk to your teachers if you have any questions. Like and subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll talk to you later. I'll see you. Bye.